He was faster than light, stronger than gods. But even Superman couldn't escape what was coming. The first death was a sacrifice. The universe wept. The second death? It was betrayal, and Hulk watched it happen. Once allies, now strangers in a broken timeline. Superman begged Hulk to intervene, but silence was the answer. One hero chose the world. The other chose rage. And when Earth burned, it remembered who didn't save it. Something was wrong with the world. Not broken, rewritten. It started small. Thunder with no storm, shadows where no light existed. And then the people began remembering things that never happened. Cities that didn't exist were suddenly on maps. Villains long defeated were back. And Superman, the symbol of hope, was changing. He could feel it too. Something gnawed at the edges of reality, like a song playing just slightly off-key. A feeling he couldn't shake. Every time he looked in the mirror, he saw himself, but older, tired, like a man who'd already died and forgotten to stay dead. Meanwhile, Bruce Banner had gone dark. S.H.I.E.L.D. couldn't reach him. The League couldn't find him. Even the satellites designed specifically to track Hulk's gamma signature returned nothing but static. That's when Superman found it. A crater in the Arizona desert, pulsing with green light. A tear in space, humming like a heartbeat. Superman hovered above it, eyes glowing, scanning deeper than light could reach. And then he heard it, not with his ears, but with something deeper. A whisper from across time. It's not done yet. Before he could react, Hulk stepped out of the void. Not charging, not angry, just there. But this wasn't the Hulk anyone remembered. His eyes didn't burn with rage. They shimmered with loss. His skin dimmer, his shoulders lower, like the weight of 10 worlds pressed down on his spine. They stood in silence. No words. Two gods staring across an invisible line neither wanted to cross. Finally, Superman broke it. You've seen it, haven't you? Hulk nodded slowly. Superman landed, folding his cape behind him. What is it? Hulk didn't answer. Instead, he handed Superman a shard, black, jagged, humming with broken memories. Superman touched it, and the world fractured. For a split second, he was everywhere. He saw versions of himself dying in infinite ways, pierced by kryptonite, consumed by fire, erased by time, betrayed by friends, killed by Hulk. And then silence. Superman gasped, pulling away. What was that? Hulk's voice, low and gravel-filled, finally came. It's what happens if you don't leave. Before Superman could respond, thunder cracked, but not from the sky, from under them. The crater was growing, and out of it came something no one had ever seen before. A mirrored version of Superman. Except this one wasn't wearing red and blue. He wore black and gold. His eyes were white voids. And his emblem, it wasn't the House of El. It was a skull. Superman charged without hesitation. But the moment he struck, he froze. Not from fear, from memory. The mirrored Superman smiled, then whispered, "We already did this." With a blinding flash, the world inverted. Suddenly, Superman stood in Metropolis. But it wasn't his Metropolis. The Daily Planet was in ruins. The sky was blood red. LexCorp ruled everything. And Lois, she was nowhere. Hulk appeared beside him, still calm. This is one of the timelines. One you created. One you died in. Superman clenched his fists. Then I fix it. But Hulk shook his head. You already tried. That's why this version of you is born. A booming sound echoed across the city. The mirrored Superman descending like a dark messiah. They called him Savior. Hulk's voice trembled. But he killed every version of hope he found. Said he was cleaning the multiverse. Superman's eyes narrowed. Why didn't you stop him? Hulk looked away. Because the first time he was you. And for a moment, just a sliver of time, Superman believed it. He looked at the dark version of himself and felt a shiver. Not fear, recognition. The Savior landed, spreading his arms. I remember being you. I remember thinking I could fix it all. Until I realized the only way to stop the suffering was to end choice. Hulk stepped forward, but Superman raised a hand. No, let me. They fought. Sky-shattering, building breaking, timeline-twisting violence. But every punch Superman landed, Savior absorbed, like he was learning, evolving, growing more unstoppable. And then came the worst moment. The Savior showed Superman a scene, another world, another Clark Kent, happy, married, a child. The Savior looked into Superman's eyes and whispered, "I killed him too." He begged, "Just like you will." And then he vanished. The world returned to normal, or at least the illusion did. Superman dropped to his knees, not from pain, from understanding. Hulk didn't offer comfort, just truth. He's not here to destroy the world. He's here to destroy you, everywhere you exist. Superman stood, eyes still glowing, jaw clenched. Then we stop him. We warn the others. Hulk's voice dropped. "They won't believe it. They'll think you turned." Superman nodded. "Then I give them something to believe in." He flew away, leaving Hulk behind. But Hulk didn't follow, because deep down he knew this would be the first time Superman died. And next time, Hulk wouldn't stop it. He'd let it happen. The world noticed Superman was missing before it noticed the sky was changing. At first, it was just the sun, still bright, still warm, but wrong. Like it was shining through dirty glass, crooked, distant. People felt it in their bones before they saw it in the news. Birds stopped migrating. Oceans pulled back from shore, as if afraid of something beneath the surface. Superman was already in space when the alarm started screaming. He hovered above Earth, listening, not with his ears, with everything. Every heartbeat, every whisper, every lie told to calm the panic. He could hear Batman arguing with Tony Stark, Wonder Woman demanding answers, Doctor Strange warning them it was already too late. And still, Hulk said nothing. Superman turned toward the dark. That's when it arrived. Not a ship, not a god, not a monster, a hole. Reality folded inward like paper set on fire, collapsing into a singular point of nothingness. Light bent, time staggered. Even Superman felt his cells screaming as the laws of the universe stuttered around him. From the void came a voice, calm, metallic, ancient. Kal-El of Krypton. Probability collapse complete. You are the constant. Superman clenched his fists. Show yourself. The void expanded, shaping itself into something massive. Part machine, part mind. A fusion of stolen worlds and harvested timelines. It wore no face, yet every reflection of Superman stared back at him from its surface. "I am the correction," it said. "You are the error." Superman didn't hesitate. He flew straight into it. The impact detonated across space like a newborn star. Shockwaves rippled outward, knocking satellites offline, shattering lunar ice, sending tremors through Earth's core. On the ground, heroes watched the sky burn. Thor felt it first, the old magic recoiling. Scarlet Witch collapsed, screaming names she didn't recognize. Batman stared at a screen filled with equations that no longer made sense. And Hulk? Hulk stood perfectly still. In space, Superman was fighting something that didn't bleed. Every punch erased fragments of existence. Every blast of heat vision sealed a tear, only for 3 more to open. The entity adapted instantly, rewriting itself faster than Superman could react. "You have died 14,006 times across observable realities," it said. "Each time, the universe stabilizes briefly, then fractures again. Your continued existence is inefficient." Superman slammed into its core, driving it backward through folded space. "People aren't numbers. They are outcomes," it replied. The entity shifted, and suddenly Superman was falling, not through space, through memories. Krypton exploding, Jonathan Kent dying, Lois crying over his body, worlds where he ruled, worlds where he failed, worlds where Hulk killed him with his own hands. Superman screamed and forced himself free, emerging above Earth's orbit. The entity followed, expanding, feeding on the planet's gravity. Below them, the atmosphere began to tear. Superman understood then. This thing wasn't here to conquer Earth. It was here to force a choice. If Superman stayed, the planet would die slowly, ripped apart by cascading reality failure. If he left, it would follow him, hunting every version of him across the multiverse. Unless the constant was removed. Superman opened a channel. Batman. Tony, listen to me. Static. Interference. Panic. The rift is anchored to me, Superman said calmly. If I draw it away from Earth. No, Batman snapped. We'll find another. There is no other. Silence. Then Wonder Woman's voice shaking. Clark, don't. Superman looked down at the blue planet. His home. Not Krypton. Never Krypton. Earth. He smiled. I was never supposed to outlive the people I protect, he said softly. This is just balance. He turned toward the entity and flew straight into its core, wrapping his arms around the collapsing singularity. The entity resisted, folding dimensions against him, crushing him with entire timelines. You cannot win, it said. I don't have to, Superman replied. He screamed, not in pain, but in effort, and pulled. Space tore open as Superman dragged the entity away from Earth, deeper into the void where reality was thin and unanchored. Every second burned him apart at the molecular level. On Earth, the skies cleared. The oceans settled. The alarm stopped. They watched the stars and then saw it. A light brighter than creation itself. Superman exploded. Not like a bomb, like a sunrise. The shockwave rolled across the cosmos, erasing the entity, sealing the rift, stitching the universe closed with the last fragments of Superman's existence. Then nothing. No heartbeat. No presence. No hope. On Earth, heroes fell to their knees. Lois felt it before anyone told her. Batman removed his cowl and stared at the sky, hollow. Tony Stark said nothing, for once. Thor knelt and lowered his hammer. And Hulk watched the stars fade back into place. He did not roar. He did not cry. He whispered, barely audible. First time. Days passed. The world mourned. Statues rose. Speeches were made. Flags lowered. Children cried over heroes they'd never meet. But Hulk stayed away. He stood alone in the desert where it had all begun, staring at the silent crater. The shard Superman had touched lay at his feet, still humming, still alive. Hulk closed his eyes. He could still feel him. Not gone. Not completely. Something was pulling at the fabric of reality again. And Hulk knew the truth no one else did. Superman's sacrifice had worked. But it had also signaled something far worse. And soon, Superman would come back. Not because the world saved him, but because it needed him to die again. Superman was dead. The world moved on, but reality didn't. Strange glitches started surfacing. Lightning would strike twice in the same spot, every day, same second. A child in Gotham drew Superman's crest before ever learning his name. One by one, Earth's heroes began waking up from dreams they never remembered falling asleep into dreams where Superman was still here. But the most terrifying sign came from the moon. A crater that hadn't existed a day ago was now there, perfect, circular, pulsing. When Reed Richards scanned it, the readings didn't make sense. No radiation, no heat, just grief. They called it the Echo Zone. And then Bruce Banner came back. Not Hulk, Banner. He walked into the Hall of Justice uninvited, barefoot, silent, carrying something wrapped in black fabric. He didn't speak until every hero was listening. I found it in the crater. It's not a body, he said. It's a memory. He unwrapped it. Superman's cape. But it wasn't torn. It was new, untouched, still carrying warmth. Then he dropped the bombshell. I can bring him back. Instant chaos. No, said Batman immediately. We honor him by not tampering. Yes, whispered Diana. The world is falling apart. You're making this decision based on emotion, Tony Stark snapped. Exactly, Banner replied. Because logic didn't save him, and it won't save us from what's coming next. Because something was coming. Even Strange could feel it, a ripple through the multiverse. A vacuum forming fast. A God-shaped hole that nature was trying to fill with anything. Nature abhors a void, Strange warned. If we don't bring back the right Superman, we risk welcoming the wrong one. Banner didn't care. He'd already started. The resurrection wasn't mystical. It was scientific. He used remnants of Phantom Zone tech, gamma-powered chronotethers, and fragments of reality stored in Superman's final burst, collected from the Echo Zone. Piece by piece, memory by memory, Banner reassembled something. But the man who emerged wasn't the one who died. He looked like Superman. He sounded like Superman. But the silence between his words was too long. His eyes glowed just a little too much. And he didn't smile. The world celebrated anyway. They saw the red cape, the strong jaw, the symbol, and they fell to their knees in worship. But the heroes knew better. This was a resurrected weapon, not a man. Still, no one said a word. Not until he started remembering things he never lived. I remember dying on Apocalypse, he whispered to Diana. I saw Darkseid's face before I burned him. You never died there, she said quietly. He nodded. Not here. Every night, he relived deaths that hadn't happened. Multiversal memories bleeding into his consciousness. Timelines where Lois was a villain. Worlds where Krypton never exploded. Universes where he was the one who destroyed Earth. And the worst part? He believed every version. Hulk returned. Not Banner, Hulk. He met the resurrected Superman in silence. The ground cracked beneath his feet. Air turned electric. I remember you, Superman said slowly. No, you don't, Hulk replied. Superman's gaze sharpened. You watched me die. Hulk didn't flinch. You asked me to. A pause. Then Superman stepped closer. Would you do it again? The silence said everything. Hulk turned and walked away. He didn't trust what had come back. And deep down, neither did anyone else. Then came the first mistake. In New York, a rift opened. Small, barely the size of a coin. But from it stepped a figure wearing Superman's face, smiling, bleeding, whispering truths about other worlds. Before anyone could react, the resurrected Superman flew in and vaporized the clone in a single blink of heat vision. No warning, no hesitation, no witnesses, he muttered. The Avengers froze. That clone hadn't attacked. It had asked for help. Who taught you to kill without asking questions? Captain America demanded. Superman stared at him. You don't understand what's coming. That night, 3 more rifts opened. By morning, 12. Each one leaking pieces of alternate timelines. A Martian manhunter who worked for the Skrulls. A teenage Tony Stark wearing a Green Lantern ring. A Joker who'd stolen the Speed Force. The multiverse was collapsing inward, converging on one fixed point. All versions of reality pointed to a single constant. Superman must die. Again, the heroes gathered. Every major mind, Strange, Batman, Shuri, Richards, Fate, agreed on one thing. The resurrected Superman was acting like a magnet, attracting multiversal instability. He wasn't a savior. He was a signal. And the longer he lived, the faster reality collapsed. But how do you tell the world you need to kill Superman again? You don't. You turn to the one person who already made that choice once. Hulk. They found him in Alaska, beneath the snow, sitting silently beside a frozen lake. He didn't look up when they arrived. Batman stood before him. He's slipping. I know, Hulk said. We might have to end him. I know. Would you? Yes. Just one word. Because deep down, Hulk had known from the moment he saw him. That wasn't Clark. Not his Clark. And when the time came, Hulk wouldn't hesitate. Not again. The next day, the sky cracked open. An army of alternate Supermen flooded through, broken, twisted, pure, noble, evil, lost. Every possibility, every path. Fighting each other, fighting themselves. And above it all, the resurrected Superman stood motionless, watching. I called them, he said. Why? Shouted Thor. Because I needed to know which one of me deserved to survive. And in the silence that followed, he chose. He turned to Hulk, eyes glowing, fists clenched. Come on. You let me die once. Let's see if you can do it again. The sky didn't just break. It gave up. Cracks spread across the heavens like shattered glass, spilling fragments of impossible worlds onto Earth. Cities overlapped with ruins from timelines that never existed. Gravity twisted. Time stuttered. People aged years in seconds, then reversed, then froze. And at the center of it all stood Superman. Not hovering, not posturing, waiting. Around him, versions of himself clashed in the air like living weapons. Some fought with restraint, some with rage. Some laughed as they killed. Others screamed apologies while tearing each other apart. Every punch rewrote physics. Every scream echoed across dimensions. This was not a battle. It was an audit. The resurrected Superman watched every version die, studying them, measuring them, learning. "You see now," he said, his voice echoing from everywhere and nowhere. "Every path ends the same way. Me dead, Earth broken, hope recycled into lies." Thor hurled lightning that split a corrupted Superman in half. Doctor Strange tried to seal rifts faster than they opened. Scarlet Witch screamed as realities bled through her mind. Nothing worked. Because Superman was no longer reacting. He was deciding. Hulk landed in front of him with a shockwave that flattened everything for miles. Snow, ash, rubble, all blasted away. They stared at each other. The same height, the same power, but not the same soul. "You feel it too," Superman said quietly. "The pull, the inevitability." Hulk clenched his fists. "You're not him." Superman smiled, and for a split second, it looked real. "I'm all of him." Then he moved. The punch hit Hulk before sound could catch up. Mountains folded inward. The planet groaned. Hulk crashed through miles of rock, magma exploding behind him. But Hulk stood back up, bleeding, smiling. "Good," Hulk growled. "Now I don't have to hold back." They collided again. This time, the shockwave tore a continent in half. Hulk fought like a force of nature, every blow fueled by rage, guilt, restraint finally broken. Superman countered with precision, speed, and something colder, knowledge. He anticipated Hulk's strikes before they landed, dodged attacks Hulk hadn't thrown yet, learned, adapted. "You think this is about strength?" Superman said as he crushed Hulk into the ground. "I've died more times than you've been angry." Hulk roared and headbutted him hard enough to bend reality. "You don't die anymore," Hulk spat. "You hide behind copies." Superman paused, just for a moment. And in that pause, Hulk saw it. Fear, not of death, of irrelevance. The heroes realized it too late. Superman wasn't fighting to win. He was fighting to choose which version survives. And the answer was becoming clear. He rose into the air, glowing brighter than before, absorbing energy from every collapsing timeline. The other Supermen began disintegrating, pulled into him like fuel. "No," Batman whispered. "He's consolidating. One Superman, one timeline, one truth." "If I exist alone," Superman declared, voice shaking the planet, "then the universe stabilizes. No more contradictions. No more infinite suffering." "You'll kill trillions," Wonder Woman shouted. He looked at her, genuinely sad. "I already have. In other lives. I remember every scream." Hulk pushed himself up, every bone screaming. "You want peace," Hulk said. "Then die like the rest of us." Superman descended, landing inches from Hulk's face. "Then do it," he whispered. The world held its breath. Hulk hesitated, not because he couldn't, but because he remembered. Clark laughing, Clark saving children, Clark believing in people who didn't deserve it, Clark trusting Hulk when no one else did. Superman leaned closer. "You let me die once. You promised you would again." And Hulk understood the truth. This wasn't Superman asking to be stopped. This was something wearing his face, begging for permission to end everything. Hulk stepped back. "I won't kill you," Hulk said. Relief flashed across Superman's face. "I'll let the world decide." The heroes attacked. Everything they had. Magic, tech force, will. For a moment, it worked. Superman staggered as spells bound him. Hammers struck him. Energy tore through him. He screamed, not in pain, but in fury. "You don't get to choose," he roared. The bindings shattered. He unleashed himself. Oceans boiled. Cities vanished. Heroes fell. And then silence. Superman hovered above the ruins, breathing hard. Below him, Hulk stood alone. Still standing, still breathing, still angry. Superman descended slowly, exhausted now, flickering. "This ends now," he said. "One way or another." Hulk nodded. Yes. They charged. No restraint, no hesitation, no holding back. The impact cracked the planet's crust. The force of it sent a pulse through the universe, a final verdict. Superman screamed as Hulk drove his fist through his chest. Not ripping, not tearing, stopping. Superman froze, eyes wide, mouth open, not in pain, in understanding. "Oh," he whispered. The glow faded. The voices stopped. The timelines went silent. Superman fell to his knees, then forward, then still. The sky sealed itself. Reality snapped back into place. The war was over. Hulk stood over the body for a long time. No cheers, no relief, just wait. "I let it happen," Hulk said softly, "because if I didn't, everything else would have ended instead. The world would call it murder. History would call it betrayal. But the universe survived. And somewhere, far beyond time, something watched and smiled. The world didn't cheer. There were no celebrations, just silence. Ash still hung in the air. Cracks still scarred the earth. Cities glowed faintly with multiversal residue. Bleeding colors no one had names for. Superman's body lay in the crater, peaceful for once. No rage, no echoes, no gods arguing in his mind. Just stillness. Like the universe had finally stopped holding its breath. Hulk stood over him, not moving, not proud, not broken, just done. Behind him, the heroes gathered. One by one, some limping, some crying, none speaking. Batman placed the blackened house of El Crest on Superman's chest. Wonder Woman whispered a Kryptonian prayer she learned, but never expected to use. Even Tony Stark bowed his head. But Hulk turned away. He felt it again. That pull, that tug at the edge of existence. Something had watched all of it. Something that hadn't moved, hadn't spoken, hadn't interfered. And now it smiled. From a rift between rifts, a child stepped forward. No older than 10, red cape, glowing eyes, floating just slightly above the ground. He looked down at Superman's corpse, tilted his head, and said, "That version didn't work either." Hulk stepped forward, fists clenched. The boy didn't flinch. "You're not real," Hulk growled. The boy smiled. "Neither are you." The rift behind him widened, and in it, thousands of Supermen, frozen, sleeping, waiting. "Multiverse correction is an illusion," the boy said. "There is no balance. There is only testing." "What are you?" Hulk asked. The boy looked at him with eyes older than the stars. "I'm what watches when gods break rules. I'm the backup plan." He floated closer to the body, kneeling. He placed a hand on Superman's forehead, and Clark's eyes opened, not glowing, not enraged, just tired. The boy whispered, "It's not your turn yet." Superman vanished, not vaporized, extracted, erased from the timeline like a test file discarded. The boy stood, turned to Hulk, nodded. "See you in the next simulation." Then he was gone. The sky sealed. The wind returned. The world spun again. But nothing was fixed. Because now the heroes knew the truth. This wasn't the end. It was just a checkpoint. And somewhere far beyond the last star, something was watching and waiting to run the next version.